Hey, live from the Loft 100 studios in sunny San Diego, California. Big Biz Show's on here. Great to have you along. You know, we're in 110 million television homes strong, 150 radio stations, and 175 countries. That's right, we're TV and radio at the same time. Shoot. Good to have you along, and I'm so happy to announce that our new buddy, Rory Cutaia, the CEO, founder, chairman of Verb Technology, and it's not a little company, by the way. I mean, everyone knows about Verb. Now, do you by the way, they're publicly traded on the stock symbol VERB, Verb. You can go to verb.tech is their website. But it's basically a suite of sales tools for your business. And it goes from literally from a one-man show, if you want to use it, all the way up to multiple offices. And I know a couple of very, very large S&P 500 publicly traded companies that use Verb. That's got to make you happy there, Rory. That's a big deal.
Yeah, no, I think, look, we've got a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
But I think as we look out to the future, as I said, I think last time we spoke, what we're doing now is nothing compared to what's coming. And, you know, I don't want to sound like a crazy predictor of anything.
Go crazy, man.
Well, let me go crazy then.
Go crazy, man.
Well, you should. Look, Rory is extremely humble, but Rory had a huge exit on his last company. In other words, when you bring a company from inception to fruition,
right.
In other words, you have to grow the company, you have to raise capital for the company, you have to navigate the company, then you have to make it attractive for a big giant to come and buy you for $215 million, which is a big deal. That you learn a lot about business along the way, and a lot of humiliating stories as well, a lot of success stories.
Yeah.
And that carries you into something like this, correct?
No question about it. No question about it. And for those who are open-minded and are willing to learn and willing to listen, then you'll survive and you'll live another day.
Right.
But for those who, I got to stick to my business plan because that's what they taught me in business school,
Right.
and then you fail.
When you meet those people, do you ever think, I'm going to change you, or I'm just going to leave you? Just forget it. I can tell already.
You pick the hill you're going to die on, right?
Look, what I really do pride myself in is recognizing the potential in people, and give them the opportunity to realize that potential. Because if you do, invariably they will rise to that level and go beyond what they thought their limitations were, and then we all succeed together. And for those that can't, they don't, and you move on.
Yes.
Talk about the history of Verb. Talk about, the long story short is if you think in terms of you sitting at the kitchen table somewhere, or you riding your motorcycle somewhere, or you sitting somewhere, I thought, what am I going to do next? Because I know you tried to retire for about 6 months and then you couldn't do it. What happened?
Yeah, retirement's tough.
Bad golfer?
No, just bored.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, after taking something from inception to fruition to a successful exit, there's more to life about money at that point. It's like, what the heck am I going to do? I mean, you're still young. What am I going to do next?
Yeah, I think a lot of entrepreneurs have the same kind of, I don't know if it's a defect or what, but you feel like you need to do something. You need to give back in some way. For me, it was really the give back thing, because I had an amazing exit. I had a lot of luck, overcame a lot of challenges, and I felt like I need to give back.
Well, you learned a lot, like he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
Mistakes and the good moves, bad moves, they're all...
Absolutely. So, retirement was tough. I got restless and needed to do something else. And believe me, when you're sitting around and you don't have, a board of directors that you've got to report to and a team to manage, a lot of ideas start coming in.
Yeah.
Whether it's your own brain going like this at night because you can't sleep, or people who know you've had an exit. Let me present this to Rory. Yeah, exactly.
Is it coming down to I want to find a need and fill it at that point? Or was it just simply by kismet that someone brought you something and then you developed it into a better idea? Or is it a function of all those things happening?
Well, none of those for me. Yes, of course, people are coming at you, but I wasn't out looking for a need to fill. That I don't operate that way.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. People do, and they do incredibly well.
Right.
It's probably the best way to do it, right? Frankly, but for me, it was I had an idea. I like it. This makes sense, and I think it's something I could be passionate about because after you've done it, you've had your exit, maybe more than one. Now you only want to do things that are interesting and fun that you could be passionate about. And so an idea had occurred to me because I was sitting home watching TV on a horse farm in a remote part of Virginia, and seeing American Idol, and so I thought, okay, wait a minute, there's a business opportunity here.
Did you deploy the same principles that got you your first success with, was it Telex?
Telex, yeah.
Telex. to start this off, did you say, okay, I'm going to mimic the same sort of things?
Absolutely.
And so you did.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
you threw a template over this thing and then modified as you needed to.
Yes, now that didn't happen at the earliest stages of it because it was a different kind of business model.
Yeah.
But over time, and you go through a pivot, we talked about pivots.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to pivot. No matter what you think when you're starting your business, trust me, you're going to pivot.
I always
Build that
say
Right.
everyone starts at point A and gets to point B, but really point B is over here, and it's much better than the original point.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly right.
Let's talk about Verb because and we'll start backwards first because the pivot was live stream selling became a part of our day-to-day life. You just happen to have a suite that augmented that technology already. Talk about that.
Yeah, so I mean, the pivot in our business model occurred much earlier than that. But what the pandemic presented and live stream now really coming into mainstream just presented a much grander, bigger opportunity for our company and our shareholders than we had before because it accelerated everything.
And acceptance was now really big.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and it proved your adoption. I mean, you're talking about proof of concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about exactly what you guys do. For the people who didn't get to see you last time, there's a whole suite of sales and marketing technology here.
So, right, we have a suite of sales tools, it's software, but what makes our tools different than the big CRM, customer relationship management tools, sales tools that have been on the market for 20 some odd years, is that we embraced the fact that people don't want to read anything anymore. They want to communicate by video. I mean, the rise of YouTube and everything that came after it was proof enough.
Right.
And if you didn't get it, then you were asleep at the switch. So it really became, you want to communicate a message? Stop sending text, stop sending these long emails that no one's going to read.
No one.
People don't get 5 emails anymore, they get 500 emails in a day.
Yep.
They're not reading it. Send a video, people will watch it.
Sure.
And when the data came
Especially
out...
if it's consumable, bite-sized video, right?
Exactly
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Exactly
A TikTok version, like a little quick, just enough, and then.
Well, isn't that sort of leave them wanting more to get to the
Yes.
next?
Of course
the
it
next
does,
level?
but more than that, and why I think our tools became as effective and successful as they are is because we took video to the next level.
Stay right there. See, this is how I get them to stay.
I
in the
love
park-
this
is how-
about
this is how I-
you.
This is how I get
That's
them to
it.
stay in the parking lot. They got to sit through the freaking
Yeah.
commercial break because I'm not going to let them give the payoff yet.
That's one.
Sponsors love us for this.
That's one in your plus column.
His
and
name is Rory.
It's lonely. It's
Rory
lonely over there.
Cutaia is the founder, chairman, president, CEO of Verb Technology. They are publicly traded, the stock symbol VERB. Verb.tech. More of him and us coming up. Stand by.